Hey everybody, in the new video, the new trailer for the Darkin champion, Riot revealed their name, their detail, where they go, their lane, everything about them, but a lot of people didn't pick up the information. Now I've seen other videos on YouTube, they go over the lore, some digits, things like that, but they didn't read between the lines, they didn't really get it. I got it, I heard everything this man was saying, and I'm here to tell you all that I'm gonna tell you all everything that's happening here, and we're gonna know everything about this champion by just reading and actually understanding what this man is saying. So let's go through this. Let's go through the entire video here.
So after Aurelion Sol, we have a champion I've been literally dying to talk to you about.
See, there's actually two things here that he's talking about. After Aurelion Sol. Do you know who came after Aurelion Sol? I don't either. That's referencing that we don't actually know anything about this champion. And he's literally dying to tell us about that champion. That's us every time we get ganked by Aurelion Sol. Roaming from where? Mid. That's right. Where is this new champion going? Mid.
One of the things the League community hounds me
about. The community is hounding him. Why? Because Nasus is not a Darkin. And that's going to make a lot of sense because Nasus is actually an Ascended, not a Darkin. And what do we see here? They constantly want to see more Darkin champions. Nasus isn't a Darkin. People keep seeing Nasus, who's not a Darkin, and they want to see a Darkin, not Nasus. This makes so much sense.
Darkin fans are like, throw me a freaking bone here.
Throw me a bone. What is that referencing? Once again, we're being taught about Nasus. We're being taught Nasus because what you see here is Nasus still isn't a Darkin.
And believe you me, I'm right there with you, barking for some Darkin.
Barking for some more? That's right. We want to bark for more Darkin because Nasus isn't a Darkin.
Then one night, at around
2:34 a.m. 2, then 3, then 4. Those numbers are simultaneous. 2, then 3, then 4. What do we simultaneously see with Nasus? Stacking. Stacking on his passive. It goes simultaneously. It goes 3, 6, 9, 2, 3, 4. Do you get it? This makes sense. Okay? And he woke up in a fever swing. Why did he wake up? Because he was fighting Nasus. And Nasus kept sitting under his turret farming. That's why he fell asleep. Because he was fighting Nasus.
4 a.m. I woke up in a fever sweat. And at that moment, it hit me.
Hit him like the Nasus Q that he stacked up from all the stacking he did in lane that put him to sleep.
I'm on the champions team.
He is on the champions team. And much like all the other champion designers, he has probably been asleep because when they designed champions like Nyla, they probably just drooled on their keyboard and out came the new champion. It's so obvious if you actually put the time in to think about this.
If I want more Darkin, I can just talk to the team about it.
Right. If he wants more Darkin, he can talk to the team about it. This is referencing the fact, okay, the new Darkin can't talk. And I'm going to prove that. The new Darkin can't talk. That's what this is all about. The new Darkin can't talk. Why are we being shown Aatrox? This is so important that we're being shown Aatrox here, okay? It's so important, and I need you guys to look at this. Do you see Aatrox in front of you? Okay.
And gosh dang it, I did just that.
He did just that. Just like Aatrox, whenever he carries every single game he's in because he's the best champion ever designed, he did just that. He carried every single game ever. Including the champion
team was like, heck yeah, we want more Darkin as well. We love Darkin.
Right, they love Darkin. Do you know why they love Darkin? Because there's actually not that many about them, and one of them was actually retconned into being a Darkin, and the other is only half Darkin. So we only have Aatrox, a singular Darkin. So actually, the entire lore for the Darkin is very, very shallow. And basically, whenever people say they want more Darkin, they're thinking we just want Aatrox Part 2. So actually, when they say we want more Darkin, they just mean we want more Aatrox. Aatrox, the best champion ever designed.
So yeah, long story short, we're making a new Darkin assassin.
Do you see that? Darkin assassin. Let me write this down because some of you guys didn't get that. Do you see that? Darkin assassin. Do you guys get it? There are 2 A's in assassin. What class he was never in question. Of course it was only going to be assassin because that's the only class with 2 A's in it.
So I know what you're going to ask next.
He knows what we're going to ask next because he's a time traveler, okay? This is extremely important because everything he says from here on out deals with time travel.
What's the weapon?
What is the weapon? That is the question he's asking us, but he's already asked it because he's from the future into the past. His question has already been answered, okay?
Darkin is trapped in some super awesome weaponry. Please tell us what it is. We must know. And while I love watching you all
Squirm. That's a very, very, very good reference to the fact that everybody squirms every time a new champion is released, and we have to read through the fucking dictionary that is all their abilities. His intricate.
Intricate yet vague.
Intricate yet vague. Much referencing the fact that Nyla has 19 different passives and abilities, and yet her entire gameplay goes down to gap closing twice and then auto attacking you a lot while counter striking. Do you see? Intricate yet vague.
Champion roadmap teasers? I'm not going to be that cruel to...
Cruel. This is still in the champion. Cruel like every other champion they ever make. It's cruel to us, the players.
Today. The weapons are like the coolest part about Darkin.
They are the coolest.
So this one was actually entrapped in a dagger, which is now a Darkin dagger.
A Darkin dagger. Do you see that? What he has actually revealed here is the name of the champion. You didn't see this, did you? A Darkin dagger. What would you call a dagger? A Darkin dagger. What would a Darkin dagger need to have? 2 A's. Because it needs 2 A's. This goes into Aatrox. That's why Aatrox is so important. And this goes into time travel. He has already told us in the future that it is a dagger with 2 A's in it. But he also told us the name. We don't know the name yet because he hasn't told us. But he himself has told us because he's a time traveler from the future. What is the name of this? Its name is Daargonious. Why is it Daargonious? This is referencing, of course, Latin weird misspellings that everybody does, and referencing the fact that the ancient Shuriman Empire, where the Ascended came from and eventually became Darkin, the ancient Shuriman Empire followed a lot of the Roman traditions. Daargonious, that is his name. And we know that Daargonious is a time traveler as well, because watch this.
Of course, because that's how that works. And here's what it looks like.
An eye on the dagger. Now, how do we know how many eyes it has? We don't. But assuming this is its third eye, we are going to know that this Darkin has actually opened his third eye, which is also this dagger, and he is actually a time traveler. It's extremely obvious if you guys aren't paying attention, so just follow along with me. And Daargonious, how do we know that he's a time traveler? How do we know that he is a Roman name? Okay, Romans. Follow me. Romans used a short sword, not daggers. Daargonious is actually, you guessed it, Daargonious is actually the first dagger that has ever been invented in all humankind. See, before Daargonious, there was no such thing as a dagger. Everything before that was just called a short sword, okay? And this made sense. But now that there is Daargonious, we know that there are daggers. Never before have we ever seen a dagger in Legends of Runeterra or any League of Legends or anything like that. There's never actually been a dagger or a dagger champion.
Ooh, so edgy, so dark.
Edgy, like a dagger. Dark, like a dagger. Oops.
Well, you'll just have to wait and find out.
Wait and find out. We're gonna have to wait to find out more. Okay. Now, I'm hoping at this point I don't need to explain any of this more to you people. See, this man, as a time traveler, he knows that we will have to wait out. That references you'll just have to wait and find out, but he won't, because he already made this champion and he's come into the past to watch us squirm with his cruel torment. And actually, here's a really important thing. You actually think back to the name Daargonious, you can understand here something about this champion. The name there has 2